All right, so this is exciting. We've been promised self-driving cars for a long, long time, and then we've been promised self-driving trucks for a long time. And the rationale would be, well, you know, Andrew Yang's universal basic income rationale, like, hey, 40% of America is about to lose their jobs because we're going to have self-driving trucks because 40% of the jobs, or self-driving Ubers or whatever, because 40% of American jobs involve some kind of driving. But yet, with COVID and supply chain shortages and all sorts of weirdness, semi-truck drivers are making 300,000. I mean, not everybody, but a lot of them are making like 300K. And finally, we have some progress, or I would say so, progress. World's first fully driverless truck trip, TuSimple's autonomous semi-travel 80 miles on public roads from Tucson to Phoenix with no one at the wheel. Now, first of all, just even scrolling, previewing the comments section for this article, a lot of people are super worried, saying, "Oh fuck, great! You're just gonna. That's just so many more great. Why don't you just take away jobs from people?" But just knowing economics, that's basically what's that Greek fairy tale, the Sisyphus, of like the guy who keeps rolling a boulder up a hill to roll back down, so you can keep rolling the boulder up a hill. Basically, we don't need. It's great that we can liberate people from sitting in a dark cab for 12 hours a day, turning a wheel. If we can automate that, yes. Here's one example. Right now, it takes one truck driver to deliver a payload, right? And if removing him would be terrible for the economy, what if we, as a mental experiment, we institute a law where we make trucks that two people have to drive. One person uses the steering wheel, the other person uses the gas pedals or shifts gears. Would that be better for society? It's like, well, we'll have two jobs instead of one, or let's make a truck where four people have to drive it. Somebody else has to use the blinkers or whatever, or somebody else has to stay there as a navigation. Well, it's like at first, like, oh, well, four people have jobs now, but those four people probably get paid less because one truck driver using the truck as a tool can deliver a payload from one place to another, so he gets all that money. Now, if there's poor people working on it, I mean, they'll be split four ways, but on top of that, their salaries are going to be lower. So that's not, having four of these jobs wouldn't necessarily be better for the economy. It'd just be worse for the consumers because shipping goods from point A to point B was just a lot more expensive because you just need more labor. So the obvious criticism was like, well, what are all these truck drivers? They're in their 60s, 70s. What are they going to do? If you're so smart, then where are they going to find work? Because they can't drive a truck anymore, and they're too old to learn any new type of change industry. To that, I don't know. Honestly, don't. I mean, predicting the future is, I mean, of all the automation that we had for the last 100 years, our unemployment is still really, really, really low. Basically, anybody who wants a job and basically actually puts in any kind of effort to get a job will get a job. So basically, human beings have a ton of stuff we need people for. If we just get rid of truck driving and just driving altogether, well, yes, those jobs are going to go away. Transportation is going to be so much cheaper. But the new jobs that people are going to get, their paycheck is going to go further because all their shipping, well, not all, but a lot of the shipping costs is going to be reduced. People's standard of living is going to be going up. I mean, back in the day, people had to sew their own clothes, and people only had like one or two garments. Now we don't do that. We have, a lot of it's automated. We have unlimited plethora of clothes you can buy. So I see this as a good thing. But a lot of people are going to panic over this unnecessarily. But what? Or maybe I'm young, so I'm biased. The truck developed by TuSimple cruised along I-10 from Tucson to Arizona, Phoenix for 1 hour and 20 minutes. This is the world's first fully driverless trip taken by a semi-truck. No human was at the wheel inside the truck. It's 80-mile journey. Truck also operated on public roads, highways, through congested areas. Well, props to the state of Arizona or wherever for making this legal, for giving them a chance, because I know governments are kind of bureaucratic and you'd seem like it would be really tough to get something like this developing. But I think Arizona is a really technology. They want to have it. They want to be the next Silicon Valley. So I'm sure they're bending over backwards trying to loosen up the regulation so it's possible. Are people going to die from some kind of accidents? Yep, I'm sure there will be, but there's other people dying from accidents too. And I think this is overall, if you add up the deaths from this technology in the future as it gets better and better, it's going to be actually way safer. So this is a step in the right direction. Chang Lu, president and CEO of TuSimple's, in a statement, quote, "By achieving this momentous technical milestone, we demonstrated that the advanced capabilities of TuSimple autonomous driving systems and the commercial maturity of our testing process, prioritizing the safety and collaboration every step of the way. This test reinforces what we believe is our unique position at the forefront of autonomous trucking, delivering advanced driving technology at commercial scale." The company, founded in 2015 in San Diego, focused on developing autonomous driving technology for the trucking industry. TuSimple says that drivers represent about 40% of all trucking operational costs, and that the virtual driver can be operated for significantly less. Yeah, see, there you go. A shipment is going to fall. Shipment of goods back and forth is going to fall by 40%. That means cheaper prices at the grocery store for everybody. The company also estimates that its technology saves about 10% on fuel-related costs compared to human-driven trucks during the 80-mile journey. A lead vehicle scouted the route for unexpected obstacles about 5 miles ahead of the autonomous semi. So they kind of cheated a little bit, but surprisingly, Elon Musk was supposed to have this self-driving truck, but way before this. But I guess he's kind of falling down on his promises here. But at least somebody's doing it. That's great. Another vehicle trailed behind on the half mile that was prepared to intervene if necessary. I see. Okay. TuSimple says it has 70 autonomous trucks globally and 2 million miles of road testing completed. The truck uses the company's own perception technology that allows it to see 360 degrees around the vehicle and more than 3,000 feet away. And its system is capable of performing 600 trillion operations per second. Over the last 1.5 years, TuSimple has completed 1,800 runs that accumulated to 150,000 miles along I-10 in order to prepare for the truck's long journey earlier this month. And the company plans to continue testing the driver out programs into 2022. Yeah, and but let's take a look at the comments here. Sounds great. Let's take yet another job away from someone. Huh. Guy from West Village, United States. Somebody replied, "This is called progress, my son. Many of the things you do today used to be done for you by others, but technology and progress has made it obsolete. Jobs like human computers, switchboard operators, elevator operators, pin boys, travel agents, bank tellers, and the list goes on." But that, I mean, it's a true statement, but it was very triggering. Only 7 vote up and 17 down. People really hating this change. What could go wrong? That's a very highly rated comment. here we go. Somebody, so far, autonomous driven cars are statistically safer than human drivers. They don't get tired. They don't get distracted. They don't drive dangerously. This is the future. 3-1. 3 times more people voted that down. Well, it just goes to show people unfortunate state of people's economic education, economic illiteracy. But luckily, in this department, it wouldn't really matter that much because the economics, the savings are so great that the idiot voters are going to be overridden by the student technology, and it's going to be implemented.